Hey everybody, it's Denise and I am back today with another video. Today's video is going to be a Top 5 Wednesday video. This week's Top 5 Wednesday topic is Top 5 Read Book Covers. Now guys, I am so proud of myself. I was able to narrow it down to 6 books. Now it's not quite 5, but it's closer to 5 than I was last week. And the reason I have 6 is because 2 of them are a part of a series and they both have red covers and I couldn't pick one over the other. The first book up is Invincible by Sherilyn Kenyon. This is book 2 in her Chronicles of Nick series. This is just following Nicholas Gaucher on his journey to redemption. He is a character in her Dark Hunter series, which is her adult series, and he's a squire, so he's not really a main character in most of the books until later on down the line where something happens and it pretty much changes Nicholas, and he goes from being one of my favorite characters to my least favorite character. Him and Artemis are running neck and neck for least favorite of the series. Yeah, so this is a good series, but like I said with Sherilyn Kenyon, a lot of the times it's so much stuff going on. Like, she has so many mythologies that she's putting together into one story that it's hard to keep up with sometimes. But again, these are good series, so if you haven't tried them, definitely give them a try. The next set of books are 2 books that are a part of a series. They both have red covers and I couldn't pick one over the other, so I decided just to show them both. And that is Daddy and Apollyon by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is just book 3 and 4 of her Covenant series, and that is just following Alexandria. Alexandria is a half-blood. Half-blood is the child of a pureblood and a human. Pureblood, in my understanding, is a child of a demigod and a demigod, or a demigod and a human. I don't know, but the purebloods are more closer to the gods, which are the Greek gods, than the half-bloods are. In this series, you pretty much get one or the 2 options. You can either guard and protect the purebloods, or you can go into slavery for the pureblood. I kind of had a hard time with the first book, which is Half-Blood, but I got through it, and this series is so good. It's one of my favorite series. I don't want to give too much away about it, but definitely if you haven't read Jennifer L. Armentrout's Covenant series, give it a chance. The next book is No Mercy by Sherilyn Kenyon, and this is, I don't know what number in her Werehunter, Dark Hunter, Dream Hunter series, but I just know I really enjoy these covers. I actually love all of her covers, but it's just so simple, and it's, I don't know, I really love them. If you see all of the newer ones you'll get it. This is her theme. Like, it's title at the bottom, some symbol that has to do with one of the characters, and her name in big bold typography. But again, if you haven't tried Sherilyn Kenyon, definitely give it a try. I would start with the Fantasy Lover book. It's not a part of the Dark Hunter series, but it has to do with the Dark Hunters. So yeah, definitely give that a try. Oh, and I'm sorry, you don't have to read this series in order, but I always say you should, because while she does go back over things that happened in previous books, that's something that I can't stand sometimes. They are pretty much written to be standalones. So yeah, read them out of order, read them in order. I just suggest reading them in order because that's just how I did it. The final book I have to show you today is a book that's a part of one of my favorite series, and that is Dream Fever by Karen Marie Moning, and that is just book 4 in her Fever series. Now on Goodreads it says Fever series, but on my mass market paperback it says Michaela Lane series. So whichever it is you want to call it, it's a part of that series, and it's book 4, and that's just following Michaela Lane. She's this really prissy girly girl from the southern United States, and she has an older sister, and her sister goes over to Dublin to study abroad, if I'm not mistaken. And while she's studying abroad, her sister gets murdered, and so back over in the States, Michaela and her family are trying to cope, and they're not getting any help from the people over in Dublin. They don't know who murdered her. Like, it's pretty much going unsolved. And Michaela gets fed up, and her pink everything go over to Dublin and she sets out to solve her sister's murder. And things happen. A lot of stuff happens. A lot of horrible things happen and a lot of good things happen and Jericho happens, and yeah, and then it has fairies. Like, I know people don't like fairies. I love fairies. I love these fairies. All the fairies in here are horrible. They're horrible, but I like that. If you haven't read this series, definitely give it a try. Again, this is book 4. Book 5 is Shadow Fever. Oh my god. And then she actually has a spin-off, but it's still a part of the series. And that follows another character from this series that I loved and hated. So guys, that is it for this week's Top 5 Wednesday video. Let me know if you've read any of these, if you've heard of any of these authors, if you plan on reading them. You know, just comment and talk to me. Thumbs up if you like this. I will also link the Goodreads page for Top 5 Wednesday down below. I always forget to say that in the intro to this video. I will link Lainey's channel down below. She started the Top 5 Wednesday here on YouTube. And so, yeah, anyway, I look forward to talking to you guys in the next video. Bye.